Hey, Brendan Wilson non-fam. Welcome to my stream, and whoever the mystery third person is, welcome. Only 3 people so far. That's okay. I'm used to having at least 4 people waiting. Welcome Sunday night on DeWitt 3D Canada. We are live. I don't know why I get this other camera showing up over here. Oh, it's from last night. Okay, and we still have that 24-hour print. We're almost 20 hours into it, and it's looking good. Let me just remove this camera right here, and I will just say, let's go. Which camera is that? Is that this camera? No, that's not that camera. That camera's okay. Is that this camera? Whoa. I don't know why that won't. That's really interesting. What is this? Where is this camera coming from? So that's not that one. That's not that one. It's a mystery camera. Oh, that's this one. Oh. Well, that's not showing up in this. Okay, here we go. Look, there it is. There it is. There, I just had to get rid of that. I was wondering where that camera went. Hey, Logan. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So we're working on starting some tuning. And I think what we're going to do to start the tuning tonight is we're going to de-rack the gantry on the Voron. Sounds scary to me, but I think we're going to work. What I've been doing yesterday, for those of you who were on last night, I printed all of these clips for these are the removable panel clips for the panels on the Voron 2.4. So there was 12 of them, all the way from 3 millimeters and 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, blah, 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 all the way up to 8.5 millimeters. If I bring that little guy in. So the reason I did that is because I don't know what size I need for these. So it has been determined that for my side panels, which are 3 millimeters thick and 3 millimeters foam, which is 6 millimeters, the 5 millimeter clip work because we get 1 millimeter of compression on the foam. Hey, Excelter, how are you? And Brendan Wilson might be because Nero 3D did a pop-up live stream. He did? Is he live now too, that little bugger? Let's see. Stepping on my toes. How dare he? No, I'm kidding. That's fine. I don't compete with anybody. I just do my streams. Son of a gun, he is. Sunday surprise live stream, 178 watching. Wrapping up the Death Racer. Oh, okay. He's got to finish his Death Racer for Earth. Earth. So that's fine. We'll just keep going. We'll just pretend he's not there. Anyways, no big deal. So yeah, so then we determined on the top, on the back panel and on the top, probably, if I'm going to clip them on the top, they're 3 mil panels with 1 mil foam tape, so 4 mils thick. 3.5 mils gives us 0.5 mil of compression, and it worked fine. He's playing with the Death Racer. That's fine. That's fine. He doesn't usually stream on Sundays, so that's okay. That's people that are watching him don't know what they're missing. This is exciting. So anyways, we came up with the side panels are going to be the 5 millimeter clip, which is this one. Which is this one. And the top and back panels will be the 3.5 millimeter clip, which is this one. So I got to print a number of each of these depending on how many clips I want to put. So that is my determination that I derived from that. So we have decided on our removable clip sizes. So, and they printed beautifully, actually. Considering the printer's not tuned, yes. Well, considering the printer's not tuned, I did have to go through and drill out the holes. It uses filament to lock the so sort of for the hinge. For the hinge bars, it's filament you put through, and I did have to drill out the holes for the filament, and that is probably as a result of the fact that there's no tuning done on the printer yet. So I'm going to put all these away for now because I don't need any more of these right now. These were all tests, so I'm just going to throw those somewhere. Let's see, maybe that somewhere should be in a random bag. For now. There we go, so they don't get all messed up. You printed something today. But if you printed something today, nice, good job, OC. Awesome, 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 and welcome to the stream. It's going to be a very low attended stream because in a labeled bag. I'll look at it. I'll know what they are. But key thing is I have the two that I need, the two sizes I need, and the piece of paper's saying back panels 3.5mm clip and side panels 5mm clip. So those are the important pieces right there, and those work. So we are going to work on. Let's get this camera out of the way. I don't know where I'm going to put this camera during this stream, but we will figure that out. And I'm going to take the filament out of the hot end here because I don't think I want this in there while I'm trying to de-rack the gantry. There we go. So we'll just put this filament away. And then we're going to go to Ellis's tuning guide and follow through his de-racking doomer thingy instructions. And we have 8 people on. Cool. Okay. Let's put this stuff aside. I'm going to go ahead and I don't think I need to remove that filament. I think we're going to be fine. That should not affect the de-racking at all. So, and we'll put that aside and come on over here. Okay, so let's get this camera, see if I can get this camera up on an angle that's going to maybe be beneficial to what I'm doing. Let's see. Let's do that, and let's come all the way out like that. There we go. There we go. Nice little overhead view there for now. Like that smash button, folks. Yes, please do, even if there's only 8 of you. And if you don't like what I'm doing, hit the unlike button, hit the thumbs down. That's cool too. Interaction with YouTube is what matters the most. Okay. So I had Ellis's tuning guide open here somewhere. Let me find where it is. You'd think I'd have that ready by the beginning of the stream, right? But nah, that'd be too easy. Where did I put it? I have so many windows open here. Oh man, let's just open a new window and look it up. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's go over here and let's go Ellis tuning guide. Should be the first one. Here we go. Print tuning guide. Here we go. So I've read through a lot of this. The before we begin section, I've gone ahead and they talk about calipers. They talk about using calipers, et cetera, et cetera. They talk about important checks. So the one thing I have not checked is that everything is tight. Okay, but we're going to be loosening a bunch of stuff right now as well. My nozzle is not partially clogged because we just finished printing some prints. So you should, thumbs down, you should. I don't mind. Doesn't bother me. If, you know, it's interaction. That's all YouTube cares about. Your thermistors are correct types in your config, which they are. Your motion components are clean, particularly gear pulley idler teeth. They're brand new, so they're clean. My nozzle is clean, and the nozzle has been tightened well hot unless it's a Revo. Well, I have a Revo, and it's not leaking material through the threads around the nozzle. So other than the only thing I haven't done on these checks is gone around and tightened everything and retightened. And we can do that. So then it talks about line widths, talks about setting the expectations of what to expect when you're going through this guide. We get into first layer adhesion, first layer squish. But what I was going to do first was, where did I find the de-racking? It was under here somewhere, I promise. I want to de-rack it before I do the rest of it, just because, to make sure that everything's working right. Well, darn, I think I could find a gantry. Is it gantry squaring? Yeah, it's gantry squaring, which I believe is the same thing as de-racking. Poor gantry squaring causes a number of problems. Yeah, this is a de-racking, basically, is what we're doing here with the gantry squaring. So, let's just have a quick peek at this video, what he's showing here. And basically it's showing that you're not racking as you're going back and forth, that everything is even and parallel and at 90-degree angles. So, yeah, and that's kind of the goal we're after. Mine may be a little bit racked, but I'm not sure. When something gets racked, it's out of square. Yes. Okay, so here's the methods we got to go through. Somebody stop me if you've seen this before. No, don't. I'm just kidding. It's not going to be the most exciting stream, but it's going to be an interesting stream. Modify the timeout setting in your idle timeout config section. Set it to an arbitrary high value in seconds and reload. Okay, so the timeout, actually, I need to turn my printer on first and foremost. Oh, I guess it was on. So let's turn the printer on and pop up the pop-up clipper right here. Let's just, yeah, that's the job we just finished printing. So let's go ahead and reload the window whilst the printer boots up. Down to 5 people. Yeah. That's all right. We're still going to go ahead anyways, even if there's one. Ah, heck, if there was nobody here, I'd still go ahead. Okay. Okay, so let me go back to that, and it says, so modify the timeout setting in your idle timeout config section. There is an idle timeout config section. Let's have a look. It's got to be under the printer config. And let me look for idle. There we are, idle timeout. And nothing is, there is nothing set in my idle timeout config section. Oh, right there, timeout 1800. So it says to set it to an arbitrary high value and reload. So I figure 1800 would have been an arbitrary high value, but obviously I should go a little higher. I'll make a note that 1800 was where it was. There we go. And let's set it to an arbitrary high value of, let's go over there and let's say, okay, we'll do it to 18,000. There we go. And reload. Okay, so we will save and restart. Error. Nope. There we go. Okay. This just gives us time to work. We need the Z motors to be energized and holding for the whole process. So 18,000 seconds, that should do it. Hey, Dune 591, welcome. We are de-racking our gantry, for those of you just joining. Okay, so G28, then a quad gantry level. So let's go ahead and go through here and do a G28. Okay, G28 is going to home it. Okay, now we're going to do a quad gantry level. Okay, we're going to pick up our clicky and level the gantry. Hey, non-fam. The best 5 anyway. Some quality is better than sometimes quality is better than quantity. You are so nice, non-fam. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Dune591. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay. So we're doing a quad gantry level, and then the next instructions are jog your gantry to the center of the build volume using the LCD or web interface. This will give you space to work. You need easy access to both the bottom and top of your gantry. Okay, that makes sense. So once this is done, we will jog everything to the middle. Oh, and thank you so much for the subscription, Dune591. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That is awesome. I see you're on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody who's watching. Okay. Let's see. This should be the last go around for the quad. We're at 251 on all sides so far. Yeah, this should be the last go around. Okay, we're going to park the clicky probe. And the head's going to go to the middle of the bed. So let's move the gantry up. So let's move Z 100. Okay, let's move Z up, or Z. Oh, okay, where are we going? Oh, I clicked the button twice. Anyways, forget it. Go back where you were. There we go. Z, Z, ZZ, ZZ. I'm going to need to access. Let's just see if my... No, I'm going to go up. Well, I'm going to need to access top and bottom here. So I think that's about right. I think we're good. We're kind of in the middle all around. Okay, let's go back and continue reading here. Okay. Turn off only your AB motors using the G codes. Okay, so the G codes are set stepper. These G codes. So we're going to command copy that. Paste that in here. Okay. Go back and we'll command copy this. And we'll paste that in here. Okay, that should have disabled my A and B motors. Loosen your AB belt tension fully. Okay. So we're going to fully loosen our AB belt tensions. So let's go back to this camera. Andrew Langdon, hello, how are you? Only Zul. Zul. Okay, so here we go. Doing some real stuff here now. So right now it's the belts. It's just the belts tensions that are holding everything up right now. We're going to loosen our A and B belts as much as we can here. Are we loosening? Yeah, we are. Definitely. How loose can I go? That's pretty much as loose as I can do that. Let's go over here. They don't seem to be coming loose at all. They are as loose as they can go. I guess they're a little bit loose. Just cross the streams. Okay, we've loosened as much as we can loosen those belts. This prevents the AB belt tension from pulling the gantry out of alignment while you work on it. Your belt should be fully disengaged. If there's still remaining tension with the idlers fully backed off, you may need to release the belt ends from the X carriage. Yeah, I may need to release the belt ends because there's still a little bit of tension on them. So I guess I need to release the belts from here somehow. Let's see. I had them pretty high tolerance there. So let's see if I can pull this right out. No, the belts have got to be, I can't release it from there. That means I got to take the print head off. No, man. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to see if they'll work as it is. I mean, I can move these okay. Like they are looser than they were. But I don't want to have to take the whole thing apart and take the heads off. But anyways. Do I supposed to turn the power off right now? No, it doesn't matter. Unscrew and drop my lower Z joints. So these are my lower Z joints. I need to unscrew and drop these. Let's see. I think I need my ball heads. There we go. Nope. I'm going to love this. Yeah, well, I'm hoping my belts are loose enough. Okay, there goes one Z joint. I'm nervous about this Excelter, honestly. There goes my second Z joint. There goes number 3. I'm going to love this. I don't like the way you said, ha, ha, ha. And there goes my 4th Z joint. So we're only being held up by the belts. Ooh, that's funky. Look at that. Wow, okay. Your gantry will now be floating on just the belts, which is exactly what's happened. Make sure your printer is on a fairly level surface. Well, it's level as it can be. Otherwise, your gantry could swing too much to one side. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just don't do it on a hill. Okay. Partially loosen all the connections to the extrusions. Okay. Where there are Z-belt clamps, ensure that you do not loosen the bolts so much that the Z-belts release. Only loosen to allow for adjustments. XY joints replace on both sides. So we want our top 2 there. Okay, so all joints. So these top 2 big guys here. So this one, come on, loosen. God, it feels weird. It's so wobbly. This one, loose. That's loose. And underneath, there's just the one. That's this big one. Okay, we're loose. Okay, let's go to the other side. Do the same thing. This one. this one. And underneath, where are you? Oh, it's under this one here. Okay, we got those done. So partially loosen the connections. You need partially loosen all connections to the extrusion. So those are all loose. Okay, and now AB joints, repeat for both sides. Do not overdo the belt clamps. Do not overdo the belt clamps. So the top we have to do, and then the bottom ones we have to do. Okay, so we have to loosen these where the belt clamps are. Do not overdo them, it says. That's loose. Okay, we're loose. And the bottom, is there some on the bottom too? No. Oh yeah, there are two. Okay. Okay. No, there's nothing. Hang on. Oh, that's just the hole where the Z motors go in. What am I doing? Where yeah, for the, okay, so then this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. I am not nervous at all about this. Oh, and I got to undo these ones. Okay. That's the AB motors. So back here, I assume I was supposed to undo these top ones too. Yeah, these are holding onto the rails. So this guy and this one. And the bottom ones. That's a lot of loosening, my man. And the bottom ones. Okay. And again on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody counting to 18,000 yet? I set the timeout to 18,000 seconds. Okay, we got those done. I don't see, there's nothing under here that I see that you're talking about. No. Okay. Are there screws up here? Maybe, hang on. Oh, there are. So you want that one loosened. Is that a smaller one? Are you even smaller? Come on. I need my flashlight. I can't see if there's a screw in there. There is. Huh. Why can I not seem to? It's bigger. It's not that one. There we go. It was that one. I loosen that. Okay, different size screws here. Holy crap, this is a lot of screws to loosen. Okay. Okay, those are all loosened. Okay. Oh, I need a drink. Okay. Don't overdo it. I didn't overdo it. And now, what we have been prepping for, adjust your gantry so that it sits perfectly on top of the lower Z joints. Huh? Rear, sides. This involves moving the gantry components further apart or closer together along the extrusions. Adjust your gantry so that it sits perfectly on top of the lower Z joints. From the rear. So if I look at my gantry from the rear, okay, I need to determine what I'm looking at exactly here. So what are you telling me here? Okay. From the rear, I'm looking at wow, this is like and a lot to tighten when I'm done, yeah. So it's having me look right in here, but I'm not quite sure what it wants me to look at. Along the Z joints, so I can move that in and out, but what am I actually lining it up to? Okay, let me think about this. Did I not loosen one screw here? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what it is asking me to look at here. Oh, the belts are definitely loose. Okay, let's look at this diagram again. So I'm looking at this top one right here. So can I zoom in on this? So I'm looking at this top one. This involves adjusting gantry so it sits perfectly on top of the Z lower joints. I mean, mine, it looks like the picture, but yeah. Okay, well let's go look at the other one and see what we're looking at now. Okay, and then the sides. So I see what they mean by the sides. The sides is simple. They want to make sure the gantry is perfectly even with the Z joints. Okay. So that the plastic is sitting parallel and even with the extrusions. Okay. They should align so that the Z joints feel perfectly flush along the side, and when raising and lowering your Z joint by hand, the bolt should slide in perfectly without hitting the side. Okay. That's providing the bolt is straight. Okay, so they should be flush along the side. Okay. And flush with the end. Okay. Okay, now ensure that you do not inadvertently rotate your A-B joints during the process. Fair enough. Tighten every bolt again except those in the XY joints. Okay, so. Okay, hey Jerry. Okay, so we're looking. Let's just see if I have this up in here. See, it doesn't go in straight because that bolt is not straight. There we go. So if it goes in, see, so hard to make sure that bolt is even centered. That is hard to determine because the bolt itself won't stop wobbling. Maybe if I put it in this way, see, and that goes up and slides straight in. When I hold the bolt straight, it slides straight into that joint. Okay, so they want me to then go ahead and tighten everything up. So we'll put that in there. Oops, I have to tighten the other things up first. Man, there's a lot to tighten, isn't there? Okay, so for this one, we are level with that. We have not twisted that at all. Okay, so now we'll tighten these up. I believe this was the green one, or was this the green one? This was the green one. Okay, this was the pink one. Snug, tight, I mean. Tight. We'll go to this side. Okay. That's smooth, it's level with it, it's level with it. Actually, I need to go ahead and hold this bolt. Let's hold this bolt in here with this. Put it in here, hold it centered, and let's make sure. Okay, that's not quite going in straight, so I think this may need to come back just a little bit. Okay. Make sure we're square on there. We are. That's better. Oh my, this is stressful. Okay. Hey, Jerry, did I say hi already? You're unable to find replacement parts for your Canon. Oh, that sucks. Hey, Rex Waldy. Okay. Now that should, see, it depends on what you consider straight on that, but I believe that bolt is straight there, and it does go in. It's got to be good. So we'll tighten the top. Okay. Hey, Kite Crafter. Okay. That's this side. Looks pretty good. Now we'll go to the other side. And we'll check this one. So that one's got to come forward a little bit. There we go. We're level in there. We are even. Oh, forward. Come on, slip forward. There we go. And you're even there. Let's tighten you up so you don't slip back. Okay. You're good. And then the bottom, you've got to come forward that little bit more. There you are. Okay. And Mr. Pink. Was it pink? It seemed too big. There we go. Okay. Now we'll double check this guy. Kind of center him. Come on, get centered. There we go. Okay, that's okay. Last one. Okay, top one, you look good. You are good. Let's tighten you up where you are. Okay, bottom, you could come over just a hair. Okay. Okay, let's try the bottom. Oh, that was smooth. Get in the middle. In the middle. There's a lot of play in this screw, so it, you know, they say to come straight up and it should slide straight in just like that. But you got to make sure that that screw is square in the middle. There's a lot of play with that one bolt on that, but that looks good. And we are level across the extrusion, and we are level across the back of the extrusion. tighten you, tighten you, and then we'll double check this. Okay, so you're pretty much centered. Come on. There, just like that. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay, so let's have a peek over here. When raising and lowering your Z-joint by hand, the bolt should slide in perfectly without hitting the sides. Well, that's if you have that bolt dead centered in your hole, which, yeah. Okay. That I made sure we weren't twisted at all. Tighten every extrusion bolt again, except those XY joints. You will tighten those during step 12. Ensure your Z joints are still aligned properly. Sometimes tightening can move things around. Reinstall your lower Z joints and lightly tighten the M5 bolts. Do not hunk them down yet or even make them tight. The ball joint should still be able to articulate completely freely. Follow Nero's deracking video. Okay, which I did watch. So okay, so we're going to bring these guys up, not tighten them completely. Okay. Okay, and then the next two, these ones. Yep. Oops. Okay. Okay. And I maybe a little snugger, not tightening it. There we go. Okay. So let's do the overhead cam now for the deracking portion. There we go. That should be good enough view. Now, with the deracking, basically, it basically says, let me get my stool so I can get up a little higher, so I can see over top of what you're looking at. There we go. So for the deracking, we want to be able to move this back and forth cleanly. And right there, oh, this is the chain that's holding this. Okay. The idea is that we hit both sides at the same time coming back. Okay, which we do. Let me just double check this side. Oh, there's wires in the way. What just fell? Let's get these wires tucked in behind that. So if we come back, we want them both touching at the same, which they are. And when we come forward, this cable chain is too tight. Let me loosen the back of this cable chain real quick. See if that'll come forward. There we go. We are hitting both sides at the same time. We're hitting back both sides at the same time. And then the other thing you want to make sure is that there's no, when you're moving back and forth, that there's no or very minimal to no movement in the head left to right, which it hits it just as I get to the back, but coming forward, there's very little to no movement until we get the front, because that's tensioning the belts up again. Ideally, in his racking video, he doesn't have belts on at all, or chains. He's done all this prior to putting everything on. We are hitting, actually what I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of and I think that's just from the cable chain, because it's trying to, okay, they're hitting at the same time. In the back, we are hitting at the same time. I'm going to bring this fully forward. Not that it'll ever print that far forward. And then I'm going to tighten the cable chain here. Give it that little bit more play so there's not that little bit of resistance up here from the cable chain. There we go. That's much better. Much better there. There we go. It's not even springing back anymore. Then we go to the back, and we are looking good, because everything is very loose and moving now. So everything is sort of self-adjusting. No resistance whatsoever here. Okay, so then we tighten up. Now we got to tighten our X and Y's, and then retension the belts. So we'll tighten and then we'll retest. Because sometimes tightening can pull things. Hey, Cheetah Kid. I'm up on a stool, doing what I do on a stool. Just tightening all the bolts up again. So I got a, interestingly enough, on a video a few days ago, I got a copyright notice. Not a strike, but a notice for music I played on my stream from a site that I have a membership to, that I have a subscription to. So I'm going to have a chat with them and say, what the hell? Because if it happens again, I'm canceling my subscription or whatever it is. Maybe I already did. Okay, and then we tighten these bottom two here, or this bottom one. Where are you, bottom? Right here. Okay, and then the back, we'll just make sure. I think there's two on the bottom as well. And we're going to go through, after we retension the belts, we will go through and ensure that we tighten everything. Bottom of the video description lists copyright-free music, and then dispute it and list it. They will probably overturn it at sometimes. Get them. Oh, okay. I'll look at that, Jerry. You know, sometimes for all the hassle, it's just, sometimes I think it's not worth having music at all, but I don't know. I never used to do music and it was fine. I should just come up with my own original music and open GarageBand, make my own original music, and just go with it that way. Okay, what else did I loosen that I need to tighten? Oh, I need to tighten these Z ones. These ones. Okay. Oops, wrong way. I have to remember I have an electrical cord back there that's following every movement I make. Yeah, YouTube free music I think I'm going to go to. It's just as easier. That way it's already YouTube authorized and there's no strikes going to happen. Okay. Let's double check this. Okay, we tightened up a little bit at the back. Just a little bit. So we got to loosen up again and see what's going on. The fun of deracking. Let's loosen these ones. So it might just be on these ones. YouTube Studio on the left tab, audio library. Okay, I'll look there. I don't know if I've ever looked there, to be honest, but I will look there. Thanks, Jerry. Okay. So we racked a little as we tightened, which can happen. So let's go ahead and see where it racked and why. So we loosen these ones, which basically loosens this rail. Okay. So we got to loosen these back ones again now too, because these might have pulled in. These back ones, although that's got nothing to do with, no, these back ones got nothing to do with this racking. This racking is going to have to do with these rails. There we go. Now it came back easily. Okay, back this way, Tim. Okay, so let's just see what's going on here. We're still square. We're still hitting at the same time. Oh, and my belts are loose. That's why when I move this over, it's giving me a little bit of skipping. My belts are very loose now. Okay, so what I think I needed to do was leave it back here and then tighten them when they're in their back. That is the step I missed. I needed to leave it at the back and tighten it up at the back so that if it does happen to pull in, it's going to be fitting properly in the back. That makes sense. That is what I forgot. Shouldn't have tightened it in the middle. Okay, so let's see if this should make a difference. Yeah. And this one. Okay. And then this side. Can't see that screw. It's hiding. There you are. Okay. Much better. Okay. And you're good. There's still a bit of tension again because we're still pulling the motors. So, okay. I think I got everything tightened up that I had to for now. Now, retention. Your AB belts to 110 hertz over a 15 centimeter span. Okay, yeah. I loosened these way off. There we go. Okay. We'll get these tensioned evenly across. There we go. Okay, Cheetah Kid. Hey, Chris Travis. Get some sleep, Cheetah Kid. That feels like about 110 hertz. Definitely tighter to move now. 15 millimeter over 15 centimeter span. It's about 150 millimeters, so right about, it's halfway up the bed. And let me just get a feel for these. That feels pretty close to even tension. Maybe a hair more here. That feels pretty close. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm going to do what it said at the beginning, and I'm going to go through and check every other bolt. Now, I don't think these ones are supposed to be tightened too much because these are idlers. Okay. But they do come loose. Oh yeah, this one's really loose, so yeah. But then again, the idlers are running on bearings, so they can be snug. But there was one that was really loose, so they do definitely come loose as you're wearing them in. Okay. Okay, we're going to check these guys. Nope. Okay. 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 We are basically just going around now, making sure every screw is tight. Like that one was quite loose. Okay. Hey, Ricky B. We're just about at the finishing process of deracking the gantry. It's a painstaking long process, but I'm guessing it's going to be worth it in the long run for print quality. Okay, we are going to check these ones. These are good. I know I just tightened out all these other ones. Oh, those are good. That's good. Okay. And here. Some of the screws are covered up with the wire run here, but all the other ones were tight, so I have no reason to think they may not be tight as well. And then we're going to just double check all the frame screws. Oh yeah, they're snug. They're good. That's good. It's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Frame's not coming loose at all, so that's a good sign. And last one here. And then these guys up top. I call them the smiley pieces. Okay, they could snug up a little. Okay. That one's good. That one's good. Yeah, so there was two of these that were relatively loose. And then these idler bearings. That's good. That's good. That's good. And that's good. That one I don't want to overdo because I don't want to crack the part. Okay. Motors on the bottom. Let's turn this on its side. Everything up here is tightened, right? Yes. Did I forget to tighten any? I don't think so. So let's turn this on its side. And what do I need to check under here? I don't think I need to check for any. No, because the 4Z motors are tightened there, so I can actually get at two of them. Oh yeah, those are snug. Actually, I can only get I can get at the other one. Let's see. That's all going to be from under here. Let's see. I can't really get at those mounts. There's some screws you can't really get at it without taking things apart. Like these Z mounts. But they were tight. They weren't loose. The two that I could get at. The rest of them are underneath other parts, and I don't want to loosen those off. Okay. We've got some up here. Okay. Hey, Happy Manufacturing. Seen a few streams. How did you make your spinny table? Just a Lazy Susan off Amazon and a piece of plywood. Simple. It's a 12-inch Lazy Susan. I think it was like 18 or 19 or 20 bucks. And then a piece of plywood. This one is 2x2, I believe. Just a few more screws to tighten here. These ones were, I wouldn't call them loose, but I wouldn't call them over tightened. Again, don't want to crack plastic. Yes, they are ABS parts, but still. Yeah, these are all good. Ooh, it's a lot of tightening. My fingers are numb. Okay, we got our belts tensioned. We got our screws tightened. Ooh. Beverage time. Okay, let's see what it wants me to do now. Okay. Reinstall your panels, which I don't have, and fully heat soak your printer for 1.5 to 2 hours minimum. Well, we're not going to be able to do that right now because heat soaking my panels, my heat soaking for 1.5 to 2 hours. I've already done a heat soak, but okay, I'll heat up the bed because I don't have panels on it, so it's not really going to heat soak anything in there because the heat is just going to all escape anyways. So you're really into G Fuel. I haven't tried G Fuel. Quad gantry level 3 to 5 times to settle in the gantry and level it for the next step. If you're having new Z accuracy issues, you may have left your Z joints a bit too loose. Open the, so I shouldn't have tightened those Z joints yet. Is that? Oh, da-da. Okay, so I should loosen those Z joints off a little bit. I guess I shouldn't have tightened them up, which is fine. I mean, they're not overly tight. Okay. Okay. Get in there. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Okay. So we'll heat up the bed. Let's go bring the bed to 100. Although that's not really going to do much to heat soak the whole chamber, because again, I don't have the covers to put on yet. So let's do a quad gantry level. So let's home it. Make sure we're going to be able to home fine. Okay, that does not sound good. So something frigged up. Did I tighten my belts too tight? Oh, I wonder if I probably shouldn't have tightened down. These things probably have to stay a little bit loose. Yep, I bet that's exactly what I did, is I tightened these and I shouldn't have. That's exactly what it is. Don't tighten your idler screws too tight. Lesson learned. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Okay, let's restart it and do it again. That's all I did, was I tightened those. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Okay. And are we restarted yet? Not quite. Oh man, my hands are a buzzing from all the tightening. Okay, we are restarted. Let's do that home again and see if that works better when I didn't do dumb things. Yes, it's working much better. Oh, something's not right there. Why didn't I just leave it the way it was? It was working perfectly fine. What the heck is happening here? What was it hitting on the back? Oh, we're a little bit tight at the back now again. Fuck. I mean, shoot. The heck? How did that tighten up? Oh man. Okay, well, let's we gotta loosen a few things up again here. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Ideally, this should have been de-racked before everything got put on. It should have been de-racked at the beginning. But, okay, let's just work on this part here. Because for some reason, this is tight when it comes to the back. A belt tensioner meter I can print. Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with belt tension. I think this is still racked a little bit towards the back of it for some reason. After I tensioned the belts, obviously that did something. The belts aren't overly tight. I mean, they're no tighter than they were. So I'm going to loosen these off, and I'm going to see what's going on. Okay. Okay, and one more bolt here. If I can get that in there. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this is the same issue I had earlier in the build. Everything else is fine. It's coming back even, but it's... So what did I do last time? Yeah, see, that's not sitting even on the end right here. And it's that little bit that's making the difference. So if I can somehow get this whole... Let me see. Get those wires out of the way. There's a wire in there, which doesn't help. Oh, for freak's sake. There, get out of there. Okay, I need to... this side's fine. This side, I can see exactly what's going on. But it's how I'm going to get that to move over a little bit that's going to be the interesting part. Front is fine. Back. I wonder... okay, let me try one more thing here. Yes, I am. And this is friggin' nightmare, Zen. Nobody told me it would be this complicated. I ran into one little snag, and I think I know how to fix it. Went through all the steps. We have a little bit of an issue. It's okay. Okay. Oh. They tell me that all the effort put into doing these steps is worth it for the quality of the print quality you'll get. So that's why I'm not bitching and complaining so much. Okay, let's see now what. Okay. Yeah, I'm quiet. Sorry. This is where the music would come in handy, but okay, so far so good. Get back. That feels better. Mm-hmm. 20. We have more people coming on. More people. 6:27 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Come on, get in the flipping hole. There you go. Why are you being so difficult? There we go. And let's just see how we're doing so far. I think that's better. We'll find out in a minute. One more screw to tighten. This one's always there. Kind of hidden, this one here. There it is. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see what this does now. Oh, man. This should do what it's supposed to do. Oh, it's hot. And my fan died. Let's just make sure. You're going back, no problem. You're coming forward, no problem. You're going back, no problem. Why are you... There you go. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see. There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay, you want me to quad gantry level 4 times, I think it said. Quad gantry level 3 to 5 times to settle in the gantry and level it for the next step. Okay. I haven't done the heat thing though, so maybe that I'll have to redo that after I get the covers on and just redo this step. Because it wants me to heat soak for 1.5 to 2 hours, then quad gantry to level 3 to 5 times, settle in the gantry and level it for the next step. So I may have to repeat this step after I get the covers all done. Okay, so quad gantry level. Do this 3 to 4 times. Then it wants me to, quote, Hulk tighten the Z-bolts, which are just not tight. They're not tight, but they're not loose. Then maybe we can get into some printing tests. We'll see. See what he wants me to do after the Hulk tightening. For those that didn't see, I do have the clips selected for the side panels and the back panel. And we have an error. Probe samples exceeded samples tolerance. Okay. Probe samples exceeded samples tolerance. Let's home all. Maybe because the Z was a little bit off. That's the first time I've seen that error. Let's try the quad gantry again. Okay. Let's go ahead. I know the up arrow trick now. That means it's really out. Okay. Oh yeah, it's probing it like 15 times. Oh, this one is still way out. So what the heck? What the heck? Home. So it does say, if you're having Z accuracy issues, you may have left your Z joints a bit too loose. So it's saying I may have left my Z joints a bit too loose. Well, let's just check. No, that's not too loose. Let's just check all these Z joints. Make sure I kind of have them all the same adjustment. Okay. No, they're all about the same right now. Moved a couple. Let's just try it again. Let's try it again. Maybe I do need to tighten them even more. I guess because what's happening is if they're not quite tight, it's getting a little bit of play in the joint, and it's doing so many readings because it's like, hey, we're getting way too many different readings here. Okay. It was this corner that was giving really odd readings. It was like a 0 point something. Yeah, this one's it's gonna fail again. Yeah, okay. So we'll tighten them up a bit more. This one seems to be the issue. So we'll tighten them up a little more. We won't Hulk tighten them like he says to do yet, but we'll just tighten them. Okay. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, you just mean manually move it closer? Okay. Well, this one didn't do nearly as many readings that time. No, okay, I think this is going to work. No, this one's going to fail again. It had to come down too far. Oh no, it's going to keep going. going to keep going. Okay, it's working now. Okay, that's once. Here goes twice. 3 to 4 times. Meanwhile, this other print is working well. For those of you who were here yesterday, we are almost done this print over on the Flash Forge. It's at the last, it's on its last legs. There's one part of the top surface on the, you can't really see it on the right. If you look at the right down to the bottom on the back, I don't know why, but that top surface on that just looks like crap. I've got to look into it, which is good because that's going to be hidden anyways in the vehicle. So anyways, we are 20, we are 97% of the way there. And we were about 23 and a half hours into that print. Okay, here we go. That's number 2 for the quad gantry level. And let's go for number 3. Mind you, this isn't heat soaked, so we're going to be doing this again once the covers are done anyways. And this should be done right now. I think it only has to go once around now. Yeah, it means it's getting more and more even when it only goes around once. And we'll do it the 3rd time just for fun, or the 4th time. One more time just to say we did. And then we'll Hulk tighten those Z bolts. But then when I get the covers all on and I can do a proper heat soak, then we'll do this again. We'll just loosen the Z bolts off, do the quad gantry level 3 to 4 times when it's warm, and we'll tighten those bolts again. Yeah, we're going to be good this time. Yeah. Okay. Let's tighten these bolts down like it said to do. Now, when they say Hulk tighten, I'm not going to overdo it because I don't want to break my plastic. They just mean make sure they're really good and tight. If I can find the hole. There we go. Okay. Okay, they are very tight. Extremely tight. Let's just do one more and see if that it just goes around once, and then we're going to get on to the rest of the test, the rest of the tuning. My hands are done from tightening bolts. Oh man. Like I'm shaking. My hands are so fatigued from all those bolts. Okay. Well, it's going around twice. Zero point 0.001 tolerance. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Edge-to-edge heater or just the stock LDO? I'm using the stock LDO heater that's on the bottom. I assume you mean the heater bat on the bottom. Yeah, it doesn't quite go to the edge, so I'm just using the stock. Okay. Next steps. We've Hulk tightened the M5 bolts. Unless your parts are printed in ABS, eSun ABS, it's more brittle than regular. Fair enough. Somewhat locks in your quad gantry level in a state of full thermal expansion, which we've got to do it later. This has helped a number of people with their first layer issues. Stabilizes your gantry. Okay, restore your idle timeout settings. Change stepped in 1. Okay, so idle timeout, we got to change that. Machine, printer config, and idle timeout. Command F, idle, next, and our idle timeout, that was at 1800. I put it to 18,000. Save and restart. Okay. Canadian vendors, what part of the country are you in, Dougal? Are you in the east or the west? I forget. I should know, but I forget. Okay, so this, we've gone through this whole systems section, so let's go back and let's go to print tuning. Build surface adhesion, first layer squish, we've taken care of all that. Pressure advance. Okay. Calibrate your extruder, and we've done the extruder calibration. Although it wouldn't hurt to do it again, but we've done it. Now, I was going to say Sparta in the east, and if you're in the west, go to 3D Lab Tech. So either Sparta 3D, Sparta 3D, who is in Ontario, and then in Calgary, in Alberta, there's 3D Lab Tech. They're both Voron. They're both Voron distributors. Okay. If you're not familiar, if you're not willing to get familiar with the setting up part G code, consider using the tower method. I've used the tower method before. They're talking about the line method here. There are two approaches: lines method recommended and the tower method, easier for newbies but a little less accurate. So let's go ahead and do the line method. Okay. So let me, we're going to have to heat up and put filament in. So let me just heat this up and change my filament over. Let me get up to 215 and let's warm the bed up to 70 while we're doing this. Okay. Steps. Visit the Pressure Advanced Calibration site. Thanks to Deuce 8801 for setting this up. It's a modified version of Marlin's Linear Advanced site. Fill out the parameters specific to your setup. Modify the G-Start code section. Okay, so let's visit the Pressure Advanced Calibration site. Here we go. Okie dokie. Let's fill this out. Printer name, DeWitt Voron. Filament name is going to be, let's throw on Polymaker Red. Polymaker PLA Red. Filament diameter 0.175, nozzle 0.4, start G code. Okay, copy the start G code from your slicer and set the appropriate parameters. Be sure to check over the entire start G code every time before generating. Okay, so copy my start G code from the slicer, which is right here. Printer settings, custom G code. Here's my start G code. Copy. And paste it in here. Okay. Print end, the end G code. Where's my slicer? Print end. Yeah, that's it. That's as simple as it gets. Okay, retraction distance, 0.75. Layer height, 0.25. I'm assuming these are all just leaving these as defaults, or am I? Filament, advanced. Where's my retraction filament? Oh, that's going to be in my extruder section. Retraction 0.75. Retraction speed is 50. Layer height 0.2. Well, we're doing a 0.2 layer height. 0.2. And speed is 100. It's PLA. Bed size is 300. 300. Okay. Slow printing speed 5. Fast printing speed. Yeah, we can leave it at 120. Movement speed 500. Retraction speed of the extruder, I've been using 50. Unretract speed 30. That's a little slower to come back. Acceleration 3000. What is my acceleration numbers set at? This is a lot of information. Where am I? Where am I? There we are. Accelerations are different, but we have 2,000 on perimeters, 4,000 on infill, 3,000 on bridge. So we've got an acceleration of 2,000 on perimeters for this particular slicer setup. Recommendation 0.3 layer height. Okay, okay. You know better than me in these things. That's fine. So let's go 0.3. I'll leave my acceleration then. Pattern type standard. Okay. Starting value 0, ending value for pressure advance 0.1. I'm going to assume these are all defaults. Okay, testing line space 5. Printing direction left to right. Line numbering, yes. Nozzle line ratio, no clue what that is. We'll leave that as it is. Z offset 0. Extrusion multiplier 0.92 for ABS. I think I'm about 96 for PLA. Prime nozzle, yes. Prime printing speed 30. Yeah, I'm following Ellis. Yeah. Well, this isn't Ellis. This is off to a different site. But let's see. Does Ellis say anything different? Oh, I should have copied that tab. What I'll do is I'll duplicate this tab. Then we'll come back over here, and I'm going to go back and see if Ellis suggests any settings. No. Oh, right here. Fill out the tuning parameters. Layer height 0.25. Okay, so we're going to do what he says. 0.25 for the layer height. 2.5. Okay. Okay, 2.5. Slow printing speed, square corner velocity from your printer config. Fan speed. Users millimeters per second. Slow printing speed 5. Square corner velocity value. Square corner velocity value from your printer config. Default is 5. Let's see what my square corner velocity value is in my printer config. Let's find square corner velocity value. Square corner velocity is 5. Yeah, okay, so that was the default. Okay. Fast printing speed, your fastest perimeter speed. Okay, well, we got a fast speed there. Acceleration, your perimeter acceleration. Pressure advance starting for 0.1. Direct drive was 0.1, which I think that was set at. Yeah, it was 0.1. PA stepping 005. 005. Okay. Test line spacing. Voron 120 millimeter bed. No. Default is 5. Test line spacing default 5. There we go. Okay. Print anchor frame checked. Yes. Nozzle line ratio 1:2. Prime nozzle unchecked. Unchecked. Nozzle line ratio 1:2. Dwell time 0. Dwell time 0. And I'm also going to take that fan off because that fan was left blank and he said to leave the defaults, although it wants a fan speed. Was at 0 to begin with. I think because we're only running one layer or something, we don't need the fan. Okay. Okay. Okay, sounds good. We'll see if this works. So far I've followed his whole thing now. He says for Vorons with the stock print start macro, this is all you'll need. Set bed temperature, print start, G90. Okay, well, we already got that in there. If you're passing variables to print start, remember to append them here. Example, print start hot end. Okay. Print start hot end 240, bed 110. Yeah, because it doesn't know the temperature. Is there anyone in here that it wanted the temperature for what I'm doing and the bed temperature? Okay. So that's what I've got to double check. So if you are passing variables to print start, remember to append them here. Example, print start hot end equals 240, bed equals 110. That may error. Okay, I'm just gonna this is very confusing. File name. Oh, let's just call this pressure 1. So I don't think it's going to have anything in here for starting the nozzle for temperatures. It's not. Initial tool, bed equals first layer bed temperature. Extruder equals. So I should put the temperatures in right here. for PLA. Or am I missing something based on what he said back here? Yeah, bed equals 110. Remember to append them here. Okay. We got the start here. There we go. So that's going to heat the extruder in the bed. There we go. Start. It's going to run the start. Then it's going to heat the extruder in the bed. And then we're going to... Okay, well... Download file. Okay, I'm going to change the filament out here. Let's get my Polymaker PLA here. And let's extrude some filament. Okay, I'm going to retract 3 millimeters. Okay, let's clean the crap off the tip of the nozzle here so we can get some accurate calibration readings when it comes to doing the Calibrate Z. There we go. Okay. Let's bring in that G code. Upload new G code. It went to my downloads. Open. Here we are, right there. And let's print it and let's see what we get. Cooling the nozzle down. We got a little bit of bleeding here. Okay. Okie doke. So let's see how this goes. And then what are we looking for? I guess we'll find out when we print the file. We'll go back and look and see what we're looking for. There we go. It's running the start G code. Oops. There we go. Quad gantry leveling. Okay. Here, let's get this camera over here so you guys can see what's printing. There we go. Maybe a little, maybe a tad higher. There we go. Put some crap on the bed. Whoops. Okay, something happened there. Damn it. Okay, well, that was not good. What the heck is going on with this thing? I gotta turn this back on so I don't get heat creep up that hot end. What the hell just happened? Okay, well, let's try it again. Let's try it again. The frig just happened. Why did it do what it just did? There, now we're good. What the heck was that all about? Okay, scared the shit out of me, to be honest. Try it again. What happened there was that it something happened when it hit the back of the gantry, and it didn't align the nozzle over the Z probe, so all hell broke loose. And I don't know why. I tightened everything. Okay, let's run that G code again and see. Chat's awful quiet tonight. Everybody's shocked. That's okay. Print finished over here. Pretty cool. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is this mic on? Testing. Okay, I'm going to watch this closely. Not that I don't trust it, but my hand is on the power switch again. That was weird. Okay. Okay. Quad gantry leveling. Okay, that worked. Okay. Now we're going to home again. This is where it screwed up. We're good. Now we're going to calibrate Z. We appear to be normal now. Freaking freaked me out. Okay, so we're calibrating Z. There we go. Now we're going to do a bed mesh. Let me see if I can find that belt tensioning meter. Oh, I found the link. Okay, I'll look at that. See if I can maybe see if I can figure out that belt tensioning meter to print and see how it works. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of documentation in there, a lot of different links for tensioning the belts. Okay, we're getting ready. We got the mesh. Okay, we're heating up. So those G-code heat ups worked. We're heating up to 210 and 70. The bed is already to temperature. So it should be printing that pattern. And then we'll go and look and see what the Ellis guide says to looking and reading that pattern it's going to print. I really ought to stop streaming on Twitch. There's only one person on Twitch now. Okay, emergency stop. We are way too close to the bed, so I think what I need to do... Okay, let's get this camera out of the way. Oh, that camera froze. No, it didn't. Okay, so I think we need to, because we made all those changes, one thing I didn't do, let's firmware restart here. We have to redo our Calibrate Z offset now. So much to do. And I know why. Let's home this. There we go. My poor nozzle and my poor bed. Oh, man. My poor bed. Okay, well, what I got to do is I've got to go in and do the Calibrate Z offset from the initial startup guide. I've got to redo that because we had the whole thing de-racked and taken apart. That would have really changed that. I think you know what I'm talking about. Where are we here? The initial startup. So I need to go in and redo. Let's go down. Let's find it. Where am I looking? The ZN stop calibrate I need to run. Okay. Okay. So we're going to run a ZN stop calibrate again before we do this. I should have thought of that because we did make changes to everything. Okay. So let's go ahead and run. We've homed it. We're going to run. Let's keep the bed warm. Well, the bed's warmish. Let's run ZN stop calibrate. Oops. where I'm now, I've lost my page. There we are. Let's bring you over here where I can see you. Why are you restarting? Why did you restart? Okay. Okay. I'm struggling tonight, and I don't know why. Okay, we have to run a bed mesh clear. So bed mesh clear. Okay, now we have to run Z end stop calibrate. Okay, now we're going to move the nozzle towards the bed. I should have thought of doing this. We're going to move that minus 10. Why are you not moving? Test Z. Z equals 5. Okay, my firmware keeps rebooting. What is going on here? There's something wild going on. I'm going to restart the printer. Something is happening here, and I don't know what. Let's reboot it and see what goes on. This is not my favorite stream tonight. What the heck is going on with this thing tonight? Okay, let's home you. Okay. Quad gantry level now. Okay, look at the viewers are dropping like hotcakes. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone with this thing tonight. I don't know. Okay. Okay, quad gantry level done. Another G28. You want me to do another home? Okay. Okay, now we're going to run a bed mesh clear. Okay, and then you want me to run Z end stop calibrate. Z end stop calibrate. Okay, there we go. That looks like it might work now. Okay, test Z. Z equals minus. Z equals. Okay, so let me. This is where I think I screwed up. Okay. Minus 10. There we go. Now we're moving. There we go. Okay, I need a piece of paper. Now we're moving. It needed a reboot for some reason. Something totally. Anyways, whatever. Let's move 10 more. And 10 more. And we're a little bit low. So we'll move it up. Z equals 0.5. Now a little more. And a little more. There we go. And we're just about. Now we're going to go down minus 0.1. And we'll do that again. It's just a hair tight. So we'll go up 0.05. And that is perfect. Hit by a solar flare. Really? Is that why everybody's been so quiet? So that is perfect. So we're going to hit accept and save config. There we go. Why did you all of a sudden get so tight? Oh, I think because the motor's released and it just... Let's home it. Okay. Solar flare. That is weird, Logan. Seriously? Wow. That's why everybody's so quiet on stream. This is the quietest the chat's ever been on one of my streams. It's really weird. Yeah, I got frustrated, but hey. Now we're going to do a Calibrate Z. And we're going to see if this is where it should be or if I have to make some adjustments. You didn't get an alert. Wow. Okay, here we go. I think I've actually bored everybody to sleep. Okay, we're going to do a G90. We're going to do a G0, Z5. Okay, G0, Z3. You're there as well? Silent as always. That's okay, guys. G0, Z1. G0, Z minus Z0.5. G0, Z 0.3. G0, Z 0.2. 0, Z0. And we're a little high. Actually, we're not bad. We're not bad at all. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Let's home it. Let's run that G code again. We are not bad. Hey, 3D experiments. Okay. Lots of Aurora activity all the way down to the US-Canada border near Minnesota and Wisconsin. Wow. Okay, let's run this G code again and see if I don't trash my hot end again here like it was trying to do before. I don't know. That was just a weird anomaly that happened there. We've got another half hour to play with this. Totally forgot to fix that Z offset calibration before I did the Calibrate Z. My bad, my fault. But I'm still on the wrecked side of the bed, so we're all good. Right now the bed's just heating. I should go look at this print, pull this print off and see. 24-hour print. Let's go just grab that while this is heating. One crappy part on it. Wow. Oh, that's still warm. Well, it seemed to print. Seemed to print okay, except for the top layer there. I don't know what happened there on the one side. If you look at the, it's really hard to see. Let's see if I can get this off the bed. Whew. Whew. There we go. Wow. Oh, I like the top layer. Looks good. Well, there we are. Just some tree supports in there, and yeah, you can kind of see right there. So if you look on the other side over here, that top turned out beautiful, but look at that crap. That's okay. It's going to be hidden, but still. Here we go. Let's make sure we get going. Here we go. We're not here to talk about this print. We're here to talk about the print that's on the printer. Okay, we're going to do the quad gantry level there. Okay. Ooh. Removing supports can be hard on the fingers. Newsflash. Please don't drive the nozzle into the bed again this time. We fixed everything. This should be good. Yeah, 745, 745. Okay. Home yourself. Now we're going to do a Calibrate Z. Good. Help limit damage to hand. Yeah, I know. I'm just stubborn. Oh, back when I was a young lad, they never had hammers. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Let's try this again. Here we go. Third time's a charm, possibly? Is that what they say? Now what? Offset is larger than allowed, 1.4. Extruder not hot enough. Why? What do you mean the offset is larger than allowed? This is just not going well. Why would that offset have changed so drastically? I'm going to try something here. Bear with me 1 second, folks. Try one thing. Try and lower that offset. Y'all can watch me struggle for 26 more minutes, and that's it. I'm done with this stream. I'm just, I don't get frustrated this easy, usually this easy, but man, there is problem after problem with this. But hey, patience is a virtue. Those belts are not too tight. No, I'm sure they're not too tight, although I should print that gauge to see. They might be a bit snug, but I don't want to touch them now. Okay. Oh, this guy's going to start up again. And we'll see if that Calibrate Z works this time. That should not have had that much of an offset difference. An offset of 1.47 when it should be giving me an offset of under 0.4. And you're ready to go. There we go. This is like watching paint dry, I swear it. All I want to do is get my pressure advance done. That's all I want to do. If I get that done, and I'm happy for tonight. We de-racked, which was a whole fun ball game in itself. Just want to get the pressure advance done. Calling it quits. Yeah, and I mean, this is just one of those nights then. It's like, yeah. I'm frustrated. I'll admit I'm frustrated right now, but that's okay. We'll get it going. I have no doubt. Just seems when you get frustrated, little problems escalate themselves 50 times, you know. Yeah, the next day everything is easier. Yeah, we're going to do this once more. We'll go around once more. I adjusted the number in the config file, so this should this should get rid of that offset difference. We'll see. Okay, night, Brendan. Thanks for being here, Brendan. I'm only going another 23 minutes. Maybe, unless I decide to call it if this doesn't work, but I'm not gonna quit that easy. Okay, now we should do a Z calibrate again. Let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna home you first. Yeah, of course you're gonna home again. Okay. Come on, Calibrate Z. Do not disappoint me this time. There's no filament on the nozzle, so we're okay that way. Okay, let's see if we get that error again. My Z offset calibration that I did earlier, I right from the initial startup guide, the Voron initial startup guide. And we have an error again. Offset is larger as allowed. Offset is 1.54, maximum deviation is 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this camera out of the way. So that offset means that there's an issue with my Z calibration config file. So let's let's run a Z calibrate again here. Let's just double check that Z calibration. Let's just do this again. See where we're at. This is the step that takes the patience. Oh, the calibration I do here is where did I find this process? But basically, we probe. There is a max Z deviation setting, and I rate there's a lot of theory that you just got to sometimes skip the theory. So in the, I'll show you where I'm going in a minute here. So we first thing we do here is we go to absolute mode, G90. Then we go G0, Z, and I'm going to bring the Z down to 5. The ideal situation is we want the Z to be at 0 with perfect Z height tension here. G0, Z2. You might skip a step with skipping theory, yeah. G0, Z1, G0, Z.5. Yeah, it's definitely too high. G0, Z0. Yeah, we're too high now. Although we're not much. We're not off by much. Like that's, I could use a little more tension on that. So where I go now is under machine. I go to my auto Z config. And this is the number here, the switch offset number to change. There's the deviation, maximum deviation of 1. I could change that to 1.5, but I'd rather get it right here, which I had last time. So with this switch offset, the higher the number, the lower the nozzle goes. The lower the number, the higher the nozzle goes. So because my nozzle needs to come a little bit lower, I'm going to change that to a 0.2. It's very, very fine movements. I'm going to go to 0.226. And we're going to do this once more. We're going to restart. And we're going to home it. And we're going to do the Z calibration once more. Here, ready? Hang on, hang on. There we are, and there you are. No, come here. You got to stay in there and say it. There you go. You're on. You're live. Be careful.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
There you go. And there goes Mr. Ethan off to bed. Whoa. All the way up the stairs. There you go. He loves to come down and talk to you guys. He's going to be a YouTuber one day. You do too think Ellis uses Auto Z, so adjusting your Z the way you did may have altered the Auto Z and just brick to face with the whole measurement file. Yeah. So I do the Auto Z calibrate first in the setup guide, and then I do this one. Let's just see if it works this time. So let's do Calibrate Z again here. See what happens here. This worked last time for me. I got it to work perfectly. It took about 6 tries, but I got it to work. I just don't want my nozzle driving into the bed. This is the part that took the most patience for me, was getting this number right. It made it unreadable. Yes, it did. I'll be honest, Exalter, it did make it unreadable. It's like I need Google Translate. Okay, now we're going to do this again. Let's go G90. Offset is larger than allowed. I know. The offset keeps getting bigger. Okay, so I need to figure this out. Maximum deviation is 1.8. Yeah, that might be easier, right? Because this is a headache to do this. Okay, let's go in. I'm going to go back to where I was. I'm going to go back to my 20. Actually, I was at 2019 originally. I'm going to go 19. Change my maximum deviation to 1.5. Let's do that. Okay. Let's home it. Let's do that. Let's just see. That may, and I've seen a few other people on YouTube showing this, and they did change their maximum as well. Oh, okay. Using Ellis's guide messed with your Auto Z file in the end, is what I said. Yeah, and that's why I had to recalibrate that Auto Z. Okay, so we homed. I think we need to do a quad gantry level before we do the Auto Z again here. It did. Doing the de-racking messed up my Z calibration for sure. It did. We've got 15 more minutes to see what we can get done here. I'd like to at least get that pressure advance file printed. You're putting your GE5Cs on your Z-axis. So it's going to be fun, yeah. Oh man, what did I get myself into here? This thing better produce stellar prints when I'm done. That's all I can say. This prints better look like, I don't know. They just better look good. I want them to look like resin prints. I want it to look that good. Oh, wishful thinking. Oy, oy. Okay. Quad gantry level, you're done. Okay, calibrate Z. Let's see what we got here. We've changed our deviation to 1.5. Okay, do not error out on me this time, you son of a... All depends on the effort you put in and your print speeds excels. Exactly. Okay. Okay, offset 1.6, maximum deviation 1.5. Offset is larger than allowed. So why is that offset larger all of a sudden? Okay, so it's something to do with my probe, and the number that's messing me up is my switch offset. So if my offset was higher than 1 millimeter, that means my switch offset has to be set higher. No, it's got to be set lower, my switch offset, like 0.13, because the lower the number, the higher. Oh man, this just confuses the crap out of me. Let's just do this, and let's just do a Z calibrate off the bat. I'm not going to mess with the quad gantry right now. I just want to see what this number does. Okay, let's home it. 0.45, you think so? Okay, we'll see if you're right. 0.45. Save and restart. Okay. That will luring it closer to the bed. Yeah, it should. Okay, let's home it. Okay. See what it does. So we were at 1.6 last time with an allowed deviation of 1.5. We'll see if that 1.6 goes up or down. It's all mathematics. It's really all mathematics. I was wondering what you mean by luring it close to the bed, but I kind of knew what you meant. Okay, let's see. You're going to throw me an error. Seven, 3, 4, 8. No, we should be good. No. Yeah, the offset now is 1.9. It went way up. So I have to lower that number. We have to lower that number. set it to 0. This is the part that takes the most patience. Let's be honest. When you got to do this over and over, you got to home, probe Z, home, and after some, then you got a quad gantry level, and then you got to probe it, calibrate Z, play with the numbers until you get it right. But the payoff in the end, theoretically, is worth it. Okay. So we went totally opposite before. We went 1.9 from 1.6, so now we should be down, hopefully under 1.6 this time. 1.107. There we go. Oh no, we're at 1.658. So it went down. It's going the right way. But the problem is, Z is not going to be 0. Well, let's do a quad gantry here. Yeah, quad gantry is way off again. I think because every time they restart, it kind of settles the motors in. The motors turn off and they kind of settle. Although they shouldn't when I Hulk tighten those things, but hey. Did I redo my end stop calibration? Matter of fact, I don't believe I did. You're right, that might have changed. Yeah. Well, I don't need to redo my Z end stop location. Let's run this now. Let's see. Z end stop pin location, which is fine. We know that. No, I did do the Z end stop calibration, yes. Sorry. Yes, I did. But maybe I need to redo it. So this now has a deviation. There we go. So the offset was 1.46 with an allowance of 1.5. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to be at 0 for Z here. So let's just see. Let's go G90, Z0, Z10, G0, Z5, G0, Z3, G0, Z1. Yeah, we're way too low. G0, oh, G0, Z.5. G0, Z.1. Yeah, G0, Z1. Yeah, we're way too low. I think I need to go back and redo my Z end stop calibration. Yeah, something is really off. So, but we're at my closing time. I'll continue this in another live. But I think what I need to do is I'm going to make myself a note here. I think I need to redo my Z end stop calibration and start from square one on that before I do my Calibrate Z. Yeah, something is way off to be like this. Yeah. Because if I, yeah, we're home. Let's just, you know what? I think I want to save this for a new day. I'm going to call it a night. So we'll save this for a new day. We will continue this another time. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me and for putting up with my frustrations. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe. Have a good night. And we'll talk to you during the week. Bye for now.